That would be just super. I'm sure.
Hello and welcome to game number 2 of the Colorado Thunderbirds Showcase Weekend. Vegas Junior Golden Knights facing off against the Rocky Mountain Roughriders. You may recognize that name because we just played them in Arizona at the Ice Den Scottsdale. Our final game, we lost 1-3 to the Rocky Mountain Roughriders. I believe that was our second meeting that weekend. Earlier on in the weekend in game number 2, we defeated them 3-1. 2-1. So we will see who comes out ahead today in this Big Bear Ice Arena in Denver, Colorado. Knights have their cheer. Pucks collected at the net. Linesman checking the net for excess pucks. Making sure there's none hanging out there, and there's one more to go. Starting lineup on the ice for the Knights. Weeble, Huffman, and Penhollow on the defense. We have Avina at left defense and Cooper DeRochers, on right defense. Cooper DeRochers on the left. Puck in the near side corner. Rimmed around to the far corner. Penhollow applying pressure. And puck played up but not out. Roughriders look played up, hits the linesman on the far side. Player for the Roughriders able to stick handle around one, and Weeble sauces himself. Huffman shot, blocker save by the goaltender. Puck into the neutral zone, over the blue line, cut into the middle, looking to get a shot off. Starting goaltender in net for the Vegas Junior Golden Knights, the big man, Gavin LaRose. Offsides on the Roughriders. Puck carried into the zone with 2 men over the blue line, just coming out though. .16:08 to go in period number 1. Vegas Junior Golden Knights will have a face-off just outside the zone. Puck won by the Knights, goes deep into the zone. Cabardilla moves it up. Newell one touch up. Mislakovian will pick up the puck. He's got Salikis, to his left. And in the near corner, Mislakovian drops it to the point to Biaggi. Biaggi moves it back down to Mislakovian. Mislakovian to the left side to number 3, Cabardilla. Shot was wide of the net. Roughriders exit the zone, but quickly pressured by the Knights. Puck dumped in deep over the red line, so that will not be an icing. Mislakovian tries to get away from one, gets tangled up and taken down. No call by the referee. Got a 4-man system here again, 2 refs and 2 linesmen. Roughriders up ice. Mislakovian to the bench. Lacus on the ice. Biaggi on the pressure. Puck to the point man, just coming off the bench. And he'll have to track all the way back into his zone, collect that one as Lacus applies gentle pressure. Puck intercepted by Lanfranchi, and Lanfranchi trying to dump that one in deep. Puck comes to the blue line. Lanfranchi pressuring, but puck deep into the zone. Flood will chase and icing. And Vegas will have an offensive zone face-off with 14:44 to go in the first period. Vegas Junior Gold Knights, the home team again in dark. We're the home team all weekend, so you'll get familiar with seeing the gray jersey. As long as there's no issues with the teams we're playing, should be great. Face-off win for the Knights, back to Flood. Flood works it down the wall, looking for Penhollow. Bouncing puck on the far side. Harrison moves it down to Penhollow. Penhollow looks for a centering pass off the skate of Marundi as he got tied up in the slot. A high lob to the center. Under the skate of Flood. Onsides, they say. And Harrison into the net. As they will fix the net, LaRose makes the glove save on the first shot of the game by the Roughriders. Salikas to take the face-off. Salikas, Hardy, and Mislakovian as number 11 for the Roughriders is kicked from the face-off. Face-off win for the Knights. Puck moved around. Harrison gets it, plays it up to Mislakovian, and Huffman up to Salikas. Salikas over the blue line. Salikas curls around one. Hard stop there behind the net. Good poke away by Mislakovian and pressure by Salikas. Huffman gets a stick on it and played into the zone, or kept in the zone momentarily. Now comes out to the neutral zone. Harrison plays it up gently. Mislakovian's right at the line. Fans on the pass, but broken up in the middle as the defense are making changes on the opposite end. Coming onto the ice, Nisley and Avina. Backhanded pass shot. Not quite sure on that one. Comes out. Roughriders will collect it in the neutral zone. And looking to re-enter the zone as he is hassled by Huffman. Puck dumped in by the Roughriders. Nisley to collect. Gets a little help from Lanfranchi, but taken off of his stick. Looking for a centering pass. Avina with the stick on the ice, and that one shot wide of the net. And puck out of play by Nisley or Sparks. Not sure who made that play. Coaches ducking. Face-off win for the Roughriders. Quick shot on net, sticked away by LaRose. Played to the outside by Lacus. Lanfranchi will pick it up under the stick of the Roughriders player. Bouncing puck, glove down, now into the zone. Roughriders will look to break out. Pass up to the middle. DeRocher's on the defense. Biaggi and DeRocher's combining to clear that one out. As that one's dumped back in, Roughriders tag up, rimmed around the boards. Biaggi collects, chips it up the board to Sparks, and off of Sparks' hip and into the Vegas bench. And we'll have a face-off to the left of LaRose with 12:36 to go in period number 1. Weebolt to take the face-off. Penhollow, Huffman on the ice, on the defense, Flood and Cabradilla. Face-off win for the Knights. Flood rims that one around the boards to Penhollow. Traps it up into his body, plays it back to Cabradilla and back up the wall. Point man has got some time. He'll fake, and second attempt played in. Cabradilla will collect the puck off the glass, bouncing puck, and comes out into the neutral zone. Weebolt picks up the loose puck. Weebolt over the blue line. Everybody's onside for the Knights. Penhollow dumps it in deep. Looking for Weebolt. Centering pass is a chip over the net. Cabradilla is back for the Knights to collect. Plays it up to Flood. Flood clears it up ice to Huffman. Tipped into the zone. And we've got an icing on the Knights. hit behind the play. Not sure I saw any arm up by the referee. With 11:58 to go in the first period, all tied up at zeros. Vegas Junior Golden Knights, the dark jerseys as the home team. Puck off the glass and out, off the Roughriders player. Salikas pressuring, Newell covering up the pass on the opposite side. A little bit of indecision by the Roughriders defenseman. Didn't have too many options. Roughriders sidestep one and try to take it into the zone off the skate of Avina. Avina plays that one out as he takes a hit. Puck just under the perch here. Back into the defensive zone. Avina moves it to Mislakovian. Mislakovian to Salikas. Salikas trying to backhand that one down the wall, and he is pressured by two Roughriders. Mislakovian trying to get it out as he is pinned along the boards. One touch up off the sticker body of Lanfranchi, applying pressure and dumped into the zone by the Roughriders. Harrison leaves it off. Avina plays it with the one stick up to Newell. Newell off the boards and out softly so as not to cause an icing. Lanfranchi pressuring, and Lacus a hit right at the red line, dispossessing the Roughriders, but a high pass by Avina. Hard to trap that one out of the air for, I believe, Lacus was the closest junior knight there. And that will be an icing on the Knights as they have a face-off to the right of LaRose. With 10:41 to go in the first period, face-off win for the Roughriders. Roughriders backhanded into the netting. Still inside the blue line, so that will be a face-off to the right of LaRose. Puck went out of play, so they are retrieving a new one. And Lanfranchi to take the face-off. Face-off win for the Roughriders, trying to drop that back to the point man. One-timer off the glove of LaRose. Rebound picked up by the Roughriders. Looking to center that one. Puck rims around the boards to the near side. Roughriders cut back. Left face-off circle. Looking for a play. Centering pass one time through the middle. Cooper DeRochers was there, and coming in and swooping up the puck was a Rough Rider player, number 76, who curls around, looks for space and time, finds an open man, cuts around, and Franchi reverses towards the middle off the skate of Nisley, out to the blue line, is kept in, right at the blue line, and shot wide of the net by the Rough Riders. Rough Riders pay it back down low as Marundi puts a hit on the point man. Swing to the far side, had a wide open shot. Opted to pass it to the far side, though. Vegas, this is not a power play. Looks a lot like one, but this is 5-on-5 hockey here. Centering pass off the mark as Lacus puts a hit on the Rough Rider player to dispossess. Marundi plays it in the zone. No icing as that one within reach of the Rough Rider player. Steal. Puck dumped in by Wiebolt. Vegas tag up. Penn Hollow. Wiebolt Huffman on for the Knights in the skates. Wiebolt didn't realize it. Rough Riders trying to get to it. Backhands it to the near side. And they played up the boards and out. Biaggi to the blue line. Wiebolt one time towards the net. Stick aside, looking for centering pass to Wiebolt, and just couldn't corral that one. A good step by Cabradilla. Shoulders off the Rough Rider player, and Huffman lays a hit. Shot blocker saved by LaRose. Redirects that one to the near side. Rough Riders drop it back to the left point man. Shot wide right of the net. That one off the stick of Huffman, forcing that one wide. And a slap shot from the right, rimmed all the way around to the left. And another shot blocker, or sorry, pad save. Biaggi moves it to the outside, bouncing puck. Hardy Huffman chips it past, and he'll head for a change. Pass off the boards. That's going to be an icing on the Rough Riders. Vegas Junior World Knights will have an offensive zone face-off coming at 7:57 in the first. To the left of the goaltender, Salikas will take that face-off with Mislakovian to his left, Sparks to his right. On the defense, Harrison and Flood from left to right. Face-off win by Salikas. Shot by Harrison. Save right in the basket with the hold by the goaltender for the whistle. And we will try this again. Salikas again to the face-off. Face-off win again for Salikas. Back to Harrison. Harrison this time down the wall to Mislakovian. Finds Sparks below the goal line. Sparks is pinned along the board. Salikas will come to help out. Salikas dangles around one. Plays it back to Flood. One shot by Flood. Blocked by the Rough Rider player. No hand up by a referee. Not sure if the player along the near side board was taken down by Flood or not. Rough Riders spread him off. Pass laid off. Shot blocked. Gloved up. And the tall man able to reach that one. LaRose snatches that one out of the air for the save, as that would surely have tumbled down right into the blue ice area. Or just past. In any case, in a dangerous position. 7:16 to go in period number 1. Face-off going to be taken by Lanfranchi. Face-off win for the Knights, and that one is dumped down the ice by Cooper DeRochers for an icing. And we will retry this one again. Now with 7:10 to go. And face-off win for the Rough Riders. Shot on net, stick to side by LaRose. Puck dumped back in by the left point man for the Rough Riders. Cuts to the middle. Shot saved by LaRose down in the butterfly. Trying to cut around Lacus. Pass to the top. Initially tipped away by Newell, but Rough Riders able to keep it in. DeRochers pins his man against the wall. DeRochers is tripped up. One-timer blocked by Lacus out of the zone. Lacus needing a change, though, as he wanted to chase that one over the red line. Now the blue line, number 4, drops it off for the right point man, looking for the center, and a save by LaRose. And puck out of play into the Vegas bench with 6:20 to go in the first period. Weebold to take the face-off. Huffman, Penhollow towards the inside of the circles, face-off circles. Huffman trying to move that through circles. LaRose went to snug up against the post there, accidentally moved the post, puts it back on, and we'll keep playing on as he made that save earlier. Puck into the neutral zone. Huffman takes a hit from behind. Weebold pokes it away. Weebold and Huffman. And poked away right at the blue line by the defense of the Rough Riders. Penhollow pressuring. Vegas forcing the steal. And turned back over to the Rough Riders. Rough Riders over the blue line. Into the zone. And Hardy Huffman turns around looking for a change. Coming over the red line, dumps it in deep. Rough Riders, that is. Nisley trying to beat his man to the puck. And Nisley trying to move it out. Stick lifting along the far side, moves it around to the opposite side of the ice. And puck dumped in deep. Nisley is there. Nisley will skate it up. Looks for a play cross ice. Finds Mislakovian. Mislakovian on the far side. Vegas defense making changes. Marundi puts a hit on the puck carrier for the Roughriders. Puck kept in right at the blue line, kicked in now from the blue line. Pass or shot wide of the net there. Poked up ice looking for Mistakovian. Now he's able to get it up and down. That will be an icing, except for it's on net. And over the blue line. Goes away for the big man. Able to get back in position. Good job by Vegas there to fight off those close quarters play. Avina plays that one to the near side, and Sparks moves it up. Back into the zone. Roughriders trying to get around Harrison, and he stood up. Avina, cross ice pass, picked off. Walked in, shot, save off the right post. That one just went under the glove hand. Just under the glove hand of LaRose as he taps the post on that side. And there was a warning to Avina because of the slap shot there that ended the penalty, or the delayed penalty. 4 on the ice for Vegas. Penalty kill team at 3:15. Wiebolt was the player who received the penalty for tripping. Walked it in, shot, blocker saved by LaRose. And played to the outside by Flood. Dropped back, Penhollow dropped back looking for Flood. Penhollow pressuring, knocks him down. Hardy Huffman also on the defense with Nico Cabradilla, and a couple of saves in tight, and puck down the ice. Goaltender plays it, lays it off. Penhollow heads for a change. Lanfranchi coming on with the pressure. Takes it down the near side into the zone. Lays it off. Salikas, closest one there. Cabradilla, actually the defense still on the ice. They changed the top 2, and a save by Gavin LaRose. As the Roughriders set up their power play. Puck played to the outside. Sticks out for the Knights, trying to block all those shots. And Cabradilla trying to play that one out. A little too much on that one. Gets it up into the netting, and we'll have a face-off to the right of LaRose. Lanfranchi to the face-off. Salikas, Nisley, and DeRochers on the ice for the penalty kill team. 43 seconds to go. One-timer blocker save by LaRose. Swings it out to the far side. Shot knocked down by the stick of Lanfranchi. DeRochers is there. Gets a piece of it, trying to move that one up the boards. And the Roughriders move it to the near side. He'll curl around right at the blue line. Shot low. Save. Rebound ends up on the far side. Puck moved down low. Trying to get to the forehand shot. Traffic in front. Doesn't make it to LaRose. Swings it to the right side. Back to the center of the ice. One-timer. Tip loose. And puck ends up on the left face-off circle. One more final shot blocked by Salikas. That one stung him, and Vegas is back to full strength. Wiebolt back on the ice. Going on is Sparks for Salikas. And that one off the stick of Lanfranchi drops into the surface. Stick lifted by Sparks. That one comes out of the zone. Roughriders will have to tag up. Nicely. Trying to move in as Roughriders circle around, looking for a play. And blocked. Second attempt on the outside of the net. As Lacus flips that one out into the neutral zone. Bouncing puck gets past one. Marundi applying some pressure. as the player for the Roughriders skates all the way up. Look for centering pass. And takes it off the stick of Lacus. Roughriders. And a cover. DeRochers carefully moves that towards his goaltender to get a whistle for his team with 8 seconds to go in the first. Quick period here with not too many whistles. Clock allowing to run, which makes the time go by faster, and all players at the wrong face-off dot. Weebolt take face-off. Face-off win for the Roughriders as they drop it. Shot direct, hits a couple of players and played up and out at the buzzer. And the end of period number 1. Vegas Junior Golden Knights are all tied up. 0s through 1. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, All Western Mortgage and the Land Franchise Center. Thank you for your support this season as the boys look to better themselves on and off the ice. Thanks for your continued support. And start of period number 2. Vegas wins the face-off up the near side, dumped in by Penn Hollow. Huffman is there. Huffman curling around, surveying. He's got Penn Hollow in front, drops it back to Harrison. Harrison moves it back down, looking for Huffman, and that's intercepted by the Roughriders. Biaggi keeps an eye on that puck and is able to clear that one out of the zone. Pins his man alongside there as Huffman tries to work to clear that puck, and he does down the ice. No icing. Penn Hollow on the pressure. Huffman gets a stick on it, forces him back into the defensive zone as players go down. And puck squirts out. Huffman collects it, shields the puck. In the skates, Sleekus trying to walk it in and get a shot off, and that's taken off his stick towards the net, stick aside by Harrison. Or shot by Harrison, stick aside by the goaltender. Sleekus tries to pick that one up. Lacus applying pressure. And Biaggi takes down the puck carrier. First he got the puck, then he got the man. Puck chipped out to the neutral zone. No icing, as the closest man there, referee says, could have made a play on that one and did not. And on sides, sticked up and over the net, but just barely. Puck in the near corner. Lacus chips it out softly. On the hop is Newell. Newell pressuring for the Knights. Curling up, Mistakovian got some of it and pass up ice off the skates, played back up by Colton Flood. Looking to carry it back into the zone, and finally the Rough Riders chip it in deep behind the net. And pucked back to the defenseman for the Rough Riders. Moves it up to the middle and misses the connection. That'll be an icing on the Rough Riders. And we'll head back to the offensive zone to the right of the goaltender for a face-off with 14:36 to go in the second period. Lanfranchi to take the face-off. Face-off in the skates of the players. Comes out. Mistakovian shot wide right. Pinching down on the wall is Cabradilla. Almost got all of it. Lanfranchi came over to his aid. Mistakovian stepping in. Cabradilla got a piece of it. And good fight by Lanfranchi to dump that one back in deep as he goes for a change. Weebolt back on the ice for the Knights. Marundi on the hit behind. And Mistakovian is stick lifted. And here come the Rough Riders. Shot stick side by LaRose to the near side. Weebolt comes away at the puck. Plays it up ice to Mistakovian. Mistakovian looking for Weebolt. Huffman, or Flood dumps it in. Everybody's on sides for the Knights. Shot. Save by the goaltender. That shot coming by Huffman. Played back down the wall by Flood to Huffman. Huffman cuts back. Pass to the middle. Penhollow fans on the shot. Vegas with a great opportunity there. You know, Penhollow's going to want that one back. Huffman pins his man to the wall. Comes away with the puck. Huffman finds Cabradilla. Cabradilla trying to get that one off, and that one's picked off of his stick. Shot, glove saved by LaRose. Back down Huffman. Walking in. Shot, and that one's wide left of the net. Puck skates over it so as not to have a too many men on the ice penalty, as Vegas making changes at the bench. Gets a little tricky. And puck played up ice. Cooper DeRoche. Puck dumped in. Newell looking to collect. And turnover, Mistakovian. Dangle, shot, and the blocker save. That one just missing. Avina plays it up and out. Puck played to the far side, tipped up by Mistakovian. No icing. And Mistakovian goes hard into the boards. And Harrison comes up with the puck, banks it off and up to puck carrier here, and puck battle right below me. Rough Riders come away with it on the defense, and a cover and save by LaRose, as LaRose is snowed by the Rough Riders. 11:14 to go in the second period. And right around the 8.5 minute mark, we will have the first whistle after 8.5 minutes. We will have an ice cut. Weebolt take the face-off, and number 11 kicked from the face-off. Number 76 will fill in for him. Face-off win for the Knights. Played up to the point man. Shot, stick aside by LaRose. Biaggi able to dispossess the puck carrier, Penhollow. Pass to the middle, and tipped on net by Biaggi. We got a penalty coming here. Hooking is the call on number 8 as he heads to the box. And he's warned for throwing the puck down the ice as well. So at 10:57, number 8, Hook, as he was no doubt trying to stop Max Biaggi from getting up the ice, I believe. Getting into scoring position as he almost put that one past the goaltender. Face-off win for Vegas. Avina moves it back to Biaggi as they set up the power play. Weebolt back to Biaggi. Shot! Tipped wide of the net. Never made it to the goaltender there. Weebolt fighting, kicks it to himself. Mistakovian trying to move that one out. And puck shot Vegas on sides, dumps it in. Now the puck is played down the ice on net. LaRose will have to get the stick down, make the save. 10:25 to go in the period. Biaggi up to Huffman. Huffman cross ice to Penhollow. Penhollow trying to cut back, has it poked off of his stick, off the back of Avina and in to the bench. And since Avina was inside the zone when that went off his back into the bench, we will have a face-off to the left of the goaltender with a minute 18 to go on the power play. Face-off win for the Knights, drops to Flood. Flood swings it to Cabradilla. Cabradilla has the puck just float off his stick. Vegas will have to go back into the neutral zone and work it back in. Errant pass there. Puck dumped all the way down the ice. Cabradilla will collect. Reverses it back around to Flood. Flood to the opposite side to Cabradilla. Cabradilla dumps it in down the wall. Cabradilla will chase himself. Cabradilla puts a hit on number 11. Flood. Shot. Tipped wide of the net. And we got a whistle here. As injured player down for the Roughriders as he took a hit by Cabradilla. And he is up and helped to the bench by his teammates. And we'll have a face-off to the left of the goaltender. Goaltender pleading the case with the referee on the backside. And face-off win for the Knights. Moves it to Avina. Avina back to Biaggi. Biaggi surveys. Walks to the middle. Down low to Avina. Avina back to Biaggi. Biaggi corrals. Moves it to the near side of Weebolt. Weebolt. Shot. Save. Rebound. Loose. Played back to Biaggi at the blue line. Biaggi walks the blue line. Sends it to Weebolt. Back to Biaggi. Shot. Low. Kick saved by the goaltender. Bouncing puck. Played to the outside. 11 seconds to go on the power play. Avina. Shot. Save. Rebound. Picked up by the Knights. And the Roughriders successfully fight off. And there's a slash coming on number 25 for the Roughriders, who wants a call on Penhollow. 2 minutes for slashing at 8:48. Vegas back to the power play. Power play team on the ice. Lanfranchi, Newell, Lacus on the defense, Biaggi and Avina. Face-off win, drops it back to Biaggi, keeps it in. Biaggi works around, plays it to Avina in the middle. Avina back to Biaggi. Biaggi back to Avina. Avina plays it down low, looking for Lanfranchi. Just misses the mark there as tries to pin it to the boards. The Rough Rider player to kill some time. And Vegas have 3 in, try to free that puck. Newell chips it back to the middle of the ice. Avina moves it to Biaggi. Biaggi bouncing puck. High and dumped down the ice by the Rough Riders. LaRose makes a play on that one. Biaggi collects, moves it up ice to Newell. Newell, cross ice to Avina. Avina with some speed into the zone. Avina walking it down. Avina has it poked away initially, trying to keep the pressure or keep the possession. He's knocked down. And 56 seconds to go on the power play. Salikas comes away with the puck in the scrum. Biaggi back down to Salikas. Salikas has some space, moves it down low to Newell. Newell back to Biaggi at the left point. Back to Newell. Biaggi back to Newell on the near side. Newell down to Salikas as Vegas passed it around the outside, looking for an opportunity to put a shot on net. Finds Avina on the far side. Avina to Biaggi. Shot. And that one's wide of the net. And Newell trying to move that one towards the net. And Salikas pokes that one away from the net when he had a shot on net. And the net comes off, and there's a whistle for a stoppage. And we're going to have, I believe, ice cut. We'll see if they stop it here. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off coming. Offensive zone face-off coming when we return, and Vegas will be on the power play with 18 seconds to go. And we are back. Offensive zone face-off coming. 18 seconds remaining on the power play for the Knights. Power play team on the ice. Weebold, Huffman, Penhollow, Biaggi, and Cabradilla. Moving it to the middle, and puck is loose and played aside. Knights put that one on net. Weebold moves that to the far side to Cabradilla. Cabradilla to Weebold. Weebold off the skate of a Rough Rider and out of the zone and back to full strength. LaRose comes out to make a play on that one as the man just had come out of the box. Could have had a play on it, and bouncing puck. Penhollow on the hop. As he holds up, Penhollow and Huffman teaming up, and that one just misses the stick of Weebold. No icing. They called an icing, and it was Vegas's pass down the ice. And they're going to do a center ice face-off for the errant whistle. As it's explained to the referees, or the linesmen. So we'll have a center ice face-off. So it's not in anyone's favor or disadvantage. Face-off win for the Knights. Avina trying to move that one up the boards. That one's picked off. Rough Riders dump it in. Sticked aside by the Rose. Behind the net, DeRocher's hassling. Drop to the point man. Shot. Save and hold. And, well, goal. LaRose thought he had it. No whistle, though, from the refs. Looked like he didn't know where it was. He pulls it out. Thought that was between his pads. I didn't see a puck there. And Rough Riders score. 5:55 to go. And the Rough Riders take the lead in the game. 1-0. Puck in deep, rimmed around the boards. Flood chasing. Players hold up. And Franchi moves it to the outside to Sparks. Sparks has got Mislakovian. Plays that one up ice. That one's tipped. Also not hard enough, so no icing, and Frenchie puts a hit on the Rough Riders player. Flood, shot towards the net as Flood takes a hit, and Rough Riders 2-on-1 developing here. Shot off the stick of Harrison. Forces that one high over the net. Shot, glove save by LaRose. And we'll have a face-off to the left of LaRose. With 5:14 to go in the second period. Weebold take face-off. Face-off win for the Rough Riders. Rough Riders back to the point man. Shot. Wide right of the net. Puck on the near side. Plays it back down the boards. Picked off in the middle by Huffman. Huffman plays it to the outside to Weebold. Weebold over the blue line. Drops it to Penhollow. Penhollow shot. Glove save. Rebound. And we got a late cross check here coming. Nine white, minor cross check. No penalty by the Knights. That I am aware of yet. And it does not look like any Knights will be escorted to the box. So Vegas back to the power play at 4:48. Weebold, Huffman, Penhollow on the defense. Biaggi and Avina. Face-off win off the skates of Avina. Back to Avina. Avina moves it down low. One-timer by Penhollow's wide of the net. Vegas will keep it in the zone. Weebold down low to Huffman. Huffman back to Weebold. Weebold cuts down, walks it down. Down low to Huffman. Huffman back to Weebold. Weebold to Biaggi at the top. Biaggi back down to Weebold. To Avina on the far side. Now back to Biaggi. Weebolt down low. One-timer. Tries to get the shot off, and that one is thrown down the ice by the Roughriders, who make a change. Biaggi up ice to Huffman. Huffman over the blue line as Salikas took a hit. Slow to get up. That one gets past the stick of Penhollow. Huffman walking in to Salikas. Salikas down to Huffman. Bouncing puck. Tough one to handle, but Huffman gets it back. Huffman to Salikas. Salikas back to Huffman. Huffman trying to shoot that one. Shot wide right of the net by Biaggi. Avina moves it to Biaggi. Says that one kept in the zone. Looked to be a little outside. Biaggi shot. Tipped and goal. 5-hole on the goaltender. That one's on Frenchie as Biaggi rubs the head of Lucas Lanfranchi. And Vegas tied up with a power play goal at 3:22 in the period. Biaggi to Lanfranchi. Newell, Lacus, Lanfranchi on the defense. Flood and Harrison. Face-off win for the Knights in the feet, as you often hear the call feet by players when their teammate doesn't know where the puck is, but it's usually in the vicinity of their feet. Newell up to Lacus. Lacus over the red line. Lacus shoulders off one player, gets around another. Lanfranchi to the middle of the Lucas. Newell, and saved by the goaltender. Puck onto the near side. Played up to the neutral zone, tipped and into the zone onside, says the linesman. Curling around to the near side, lays it off down low, and Vegas with the puck up ice. Tipped up, collected in the defensive zone by the Roughriders. Roughriders sauce it up to the middle. Flood trying to lay a hit. Harrison moves it around to the near side. Cleared up the ice. Newell closest dark jersey there as he heads for a change. Coming on Marunde for Newell. And puck dumped in deep. Harrison for the Knights off the glass around to Marunde. Marunde over the red line. Kale gets around. Miskovian picking up loose puck. Marunde shot. Saved by the goaltender. Snug up against that post. Does not allow that. And we've got a hooking coming here on Miskovian. And penalty number 2 for the Knights this game. As they head to their defensive zone, penalty kill team on the ice. Huffman, Weebolt, Nisley, and Cabradilla. Face-off win for the Knights. Cabradilla clears that one off the perch area where we're standing. And we'll try it again. Face-off win for the Knights. Cabradilla will curl around up to the near side. Control gained by the Roughriders as they move it around the perimeter. And just passes off the mark. And it'll trickle all the way back. The goaltender will not touch it and have the defenseman pick it up. And Huffman dangerously close to getting that puck. Curling down low. Skating around the world. Back to the right point man, swings it to the left. Just outside the face-off circle. Loose puck and a goal. LaRose seemed like he lost sight of that one. Loose puck ended up in the slot before the defenseman could find it and try to dive in the way Power play goal scored by the Roughriders as they take the lead again at 105 with a power play goal. And line up on the ice, Lanfranchi, Lacus, Sparks on the defense, Avina, shot, save, rebound, and that one right through the blue ice by Frenchie. Puck tipped up, Lacus got a piece of it. Lacus kicks it into the zone as he got hit along the wall, pass up ice, and a good stick by Avina to dispossess the Rough Rider player, and that'll be an icing on the Knights. And we got it unsportsmanlike conduct, number 19. Referee must have heard something said, so the Vegas Universal Knights will head to the power play. Power play number 4. 2 minutes up on the clock. And puck will come outside the zone because they were going to have an offensive zone face-off. Not sure. I'll have to ask Wally Lacroix about that one. Huffman put into the wall on the far side. Puck dumped up in the legs of Huffman. Puck out to the neutral zone. Penhollow will clear back to Biaggi. Biaggi will collect and look for a play up ice. Plays it to the far side to Penhollow. Penhollow over to Wiebolt. Puck dumped in. Kept along the wall here. Huffman into the zone. Trying to lay that one off for Avina as Avina goes down. And time expires before shot can be taken by the Knights. They will start the second period. Sorry, the third period. That was the end of the second period. They'll start the third period on a 1:22 power play. Vegas down by 1 goal, looking to find that tying goal here. Wiebolt take the face off. Penhollow, Huffman on the ice. Biaggi and Avina on the defense for the Knights. "17 minutes up on the clock. Huffman drops it back to Biaggi. Biaggi to Avina on the near side. Avina holds up. Back to Biaggi. Moves it quickly up to Huffman. Huffman has that jump off his stick, and he's hassled. Into the zone. Penhollow tries to get a piece of it. Flipped up and passed. Avina on the boards. Picked up by Huffman. Huffman will walk it down, and he'll leave that one off for Wiebolt. Wiebolt to the middle to Biaggi. Biaggi down the wall to Avina as they move the puck around the outside. Biaggi, no look pass. One down low, and a one-timer by Huffman, just misses the net. Biaggi to Huffman on that one. Vegas move it around the outside again, now to the near side. One-timer by Avina, saved by the goaltender. Back to Weebolt. Weebolt to Avina. Avina's got to collect that one in his skates. Unable to get a one-timer off of that shot. Avina now. Shot. Blocker save. Up high in the air. Glove down. A little long on that grab, but that's okay. Puck blocked in the middle. Biaggi will keep the control in favor of Vegas as the Roughriders are back to full strength. Huffman trying to cut to the middle. Weebolt back to Biaggi. Biaggi throws that one down low. Huffman pressuring. Puck gets dumped in the zone. Huffman off, Newell on. Curling to the outside. Avina stands up. The puck carrier. Newell moves it around to Biaggi. Biaggi to Lacus. Lacus gets around one. Lacus heads up the right side. As a player for the Roughriders goes down. Newell will get the puck, try to dump that one in. Lacus moving that one in to the zone deeper. Puck played up to Colton Flood. Colton Flood plays it to the left side to Cabradilla. Cabradilla over the red line. Winding up with some speed. Cabradilla knocks down one. Salikas dangles around another. Salikas comes away with the puck. Salikas looking for a centering pass. He'll drop it back to Colton Flood on the right side. Flood back down the wall to Salikas. Salikas working on the near side. Flood pinching in, and that one gets past Colton Flood. Sauce to the middle, and Cabradilla trapped that one into the body. Thankfully not on net, but LaRose seemed like he got the leg pad out there, or would have in time anyway. Puck left behind here along near side boards. Puck rimmed around by the Roughriders. Harrison moves it out to the neutral zone. And number 11 will take it all the way back in. Cross ice to Knisley. Knisley over the red line, dumps it in. Mistakovian, one-timer off the stick of the Rough Rider player. Force that one over the net. Mistakovian will play that back around the wall, looking for Knisley. Knisley blocked. He's hit down on the near side. And holding on to Knisley's stick. Knisley without a stick has Cashton. Shot and glove save. Face-off going to be taken by Lanfranchi. DeRochers up the right side to Huffman. Huffman over the blue line. Huffman with the puck below the goal line. Drops it back to DeRochers. DeRochers quickly moves that one back to Huffman. Avina keeps it in. Should have been offsides. Actually, they do call it offsides. Linesman there right on the blue line, just under the perch. Couldn't see him. Could have been offsides. Holds up. Trying to walk that around. Wrap around attempt. Blocked. And that one's wide of the net. And LaRose scrambling. Puck loose. Trying to get to his feet in the skates. And Avina comes away at the puck. Knocks down Rough Rider player Huffman over the blue line. Huffman stood up, but still on his feet. Hard to take him down. And Vegas come away with the puck. Salikas in a stick battle on the far side. Puck kept in initially by Cabradilla. Coming off the bench is Biaggi, moves it to the outside. Puck flipped up. Cabradilla flops it into the neutral zone. Salikas on the pressure. Pass to the far side of the ice. Roughriders gain the red line and dump it in deep on net. LaRose makes a play there. Puck in deep. Cabradilla reverses it back around, looking for Lacus. Lacus collects it in the skates. Stick lifting. Roughriders play it to the near side. Cabradilla banks it off the sideboard. He'll get it back on his stick on the near side. Get it to Marundi. Marundi flips it out to the neutral zone. Lacus and Marundi will pressure. Puck moved up, caught right at the red line and dumped into the far corner. Biaggi's got one on him. Reverses back around to Marundi. Marundi up ice, stolen that pass in the middle. Then Franchi pass to the middle to Marundi. Marundi's got 2 to beat. Changing behind him. Mislakovian shot and a goal! Mislakovian finds the loose change and rings that one off the left post and in for the tying goal for the Knights. 84-68. And the Vegas Junior Golden Knights tied up at 10:30. Even strength goal there. And Salikas is trying to head off the ice. He'll get that door open. Not sure what happened. And Cash and Sparks take the face off. Newell to the right, Miskovian to the left. And on the defense, Flood and Harrison. Walking it up, shot. That one's tipped wide by the stick of Newell. Applying some pressure, Harrison. Will move that one around the boards. The point man will collect and quick shot towards the net. Kick saved by LaRose. Puck on the near side, Flood on the defense for the Knights. Harrison moves it up ice, trying to get that one to Miskovian. Miskovian able to clear it down ice for an icing. And Salikas is back out. And we'll have a defensive zone face-off coming 9:53 in period number 3. Flipped up and out of the zone. Huffman on the hop. And a cover by the goaltender. Just in the nick of time. Hardy Huffman bearing down there. It's got to be a scary picture. .9:45 to go in period number 3. Face-off to be taken by Weebolt. Face-off win for the Roughriders. Roughriders lob it up. Glove down by Nisley. Keeps it in the zone initially. Now the puck squirts out to the neutral zone, collected by Weebolt. Penn Hollow sidesteps one. Huffman on the pressure. And a hard cutback and a flip out of the zone beyond the glove hand of Weebolt. Nicely. We'll play it off the half board and up to Huffman. Huffman to the middle of Weebolt. Weebolt to the far side. Shot. And that one's tipped wide off the glove. Follow-up attempt. That one by Walker Penhollow in the left face-off circle. Penhollow reverses it back around the near boards. Huffman moves it back to Penhollow. Penhollow trying to dangle that one to the middle. And that one's chipped past DeRochers. That one's an icing. Vegas will have an offensive zone face-off coming with 8:46 to go in period number 3. Face-off win for the Roughriders. They move it up the wall, off the back of the skate. Burundi able to drop that one in. Lanfranchi had a piece of it momentarily. Jumped off his stick. Cabardilla. Shot towards the net. Kick saved by the goaltender. Puck on the far boards. Lacus trying to get it free. He does. Gets it to Cabardilla at the left point. Moves it back down the wall to Lacus. Lacus shot towards the net. Hits traffic in front. It's just sitting there, and Roughriders got a piece of it off the skate of who's that? Cabardilla. Lacus will move it around the boards. Lanfranchi, closest one there. Roughriders making changes as they move it around, winding up in the neutral zone. Shot off of equipment of Cabardilla. Avina plays it around the boards. Point man shot towards the net, and at full height, Gavin LaRose snatches that one out of the air. For the save. 7:47 to go in period number 3. Face-off win by the Roughriders. That one ping-ponged around behind Newell. Newell trying to swipe at it, finally dumps it in. Cut back. Salikas pressuring. And loose puck picked up by the Roughriders. Roughriders trying to get around Flood. Flood with a good stick and a stick lift. Point man trying to settle that one. It comes out of the zone. Plays it back around, waiting for his teammates to tag up, and they do. Dumped back in deep. Biaggi trying to poke that one up. Runs into the Roughriders player. Newell sauces that one up to the middle of the ice, looking for Mislakovian. Mislakovian keeps that one. Plays it to the middle to Newell. Newell shot. Blocked. In the equipment, loose, and picked up by the Roughriders. Weebolt just off the bench. Trying to get to that one. His stick is held up as he's got to retrieve it. Penhollow, meanwhile, keeping possession on the puck. Weebolt comes away with it. Drops it off for Biaggi. Biaggi back down the wall. Penhollow. Penhollow picks up the puck. One-timer by Huffman. And a save by the goaltender. Gets down to the butterfly quickly. Weebolt trying to pass that into the equipment of Flood. And Roughriders will take over the possession to the middle. Back checking. And Biaggi trying to fight off the Roughrider player. Huffman coming in to help out. And puck rimmed around the board softly by Weebolt. Looking to get to Penhollow. Penhollow wasn't able to move that out of the zone. Roughriders keep it in. Point man. Shot. Traffic in front. And it's under a player, perhaps. Not sure where the puck went. But it looks like it's under the glove hand of LaRose. And we will have the blocker of LaRose, but in any case, outside, and puck into the bench of the Knights. .5:47 to go in period number 3. Face-off win again by the Roughriders. Roughriders move it to the near side. Lacus pressure and kick save. Played up, but not out by Harrison. Shot. Hits Sparks. Sparks will collect it and move up ice. Cash and Sparks. Plays it to Lanfranchi, trying to get around a couple. Plays it back to the outside. Lanfranchi pressuring. And Vegas swarm him. Harrison on the pressure. He moves it around the boards, looking for Knisley. Beyond the reach of Knisley. Towards the net and wide right of the net. Mislakovian is trying to stick lift. Trying to kick it up. One-timer. Save cleared out by Knisley. Bouncing puck comes just outside the zone. Roughriders will play it cross ice. Bouncing puck. Harrison comes in to relieve the Roughrider player of the puck. Harrison back to collect for the Knights. Up ice to Mislakovian. Mislakovian pass. No look pass. Ends up on the stick of the Roughriders player. Nicely got a piece of it to disrupt the shot that would have been taken. Newell, steal, flipped up but not out. Glove down at the blue line. Played down the wall. Sidesteps one. To the center of the ice. Shot. And a glove save by LaRose. Straight into the glove, no rebound for LaRose, as the Vegas Junior Roller Knights will have a defensive zone face-off coming with 4:24 to go in the third period. Face-off win. Shot wide right. Newell in the line of the fire there, and poked out by Mislakovian. Mislakovian overskates that one. Salikas gets to it. Back to Mislakovian, who dumps it in deep. Newell and the forwards need change, so they will head to the bench on Weebolt, Penhollow, Huffman. On the near side, Huffman pressuring, turnover, pass to the middle. Penhollow can't collect that one cleanly. And Roughriders cleared up but not out. Played dumped back in by the Roachers as Vegas tag up. And puck out of play into the Roughriders bench. We'll have an offensive zone face-off to the right of the goaltender with 3:41 to go in period number 3. Face-off win in the skates. Who's finding it first? The Roughriders do, and they play it in. And a cover by LaRose. And free snowing of LaRose, no penalty. Biaggi sauces it to the far side. And up, not out. Now into the defensive zone of the Roughriders. Banked off the boards. Cabradilla plays it in. Vegas have to tag up, and they do. 3 chasing. Player goes down. Vegas pressuring, forcing the turnover. Marundi. Lackas come in to help out. Marundi still fighting on the near side. Roughriders come away with it. And here comes the penalty. As Lackas takes a hit. .95 is going to be called for the penalty. Hooking on Lanfranchi at 2:48. And to the penalty kill. Not ideal towards the end when you're tied up to a piece. Penalty kill team on the ice. Weebolt, Huffman, Flood, and Avina as the cheers start to come from the bench of the Roughriders. And puck to the point man, moves it to the right side. Back to the left. Shot block, loose puck, and trickles just wide right of the net. Trying to cut it to the middle, and quickly hassled. Puck still in the zone. Shot wide right of the net this time. Puck moved around the perimeter. Now to the left side, cross ice, and just can't handle that one in the right face-off circle. Weebolt pressuring. He'll fall back into position. Cross ice pass, shot save, and hold by LaRose with 1:21 to go on the penalty kill. Colton, Flood to the bench. On the ice, Salikas, Newell, Cabradilla, and Biaggi. Shot blocked off of Biaggi into the netting. And we'll have another face-off to the left of LaRose with 1:08 to go. Lucas Lanfranchi apologizes and says it was an accident for the hooking call. Salikas plays that up but not out. And unsportsmanlike, number 24. Penalty call and an unsportsmanlike. Minor penalty hooking. And minor penalty for unsportsmanlike. So Vegas go to the power play at 1:49. So we have 1 minute and 1 second of 4-on-3. Waiting for the scorekeeper. They're trying to fix the scoreboard here in the rink, which is why the delay. Please bear with us. Okay, looks like they got the board figured out there. 4 minutes.
Lorraine.
And we'll fix the clock there. It's 4 minutes on the penalty. They do not run concurrently. Shot save, and no rebound. Shot coming from Avina. And face-off win by the Roughriders. And here come the Roughriders. 4-on-4 hockey here. And Max Biaggi on the trip. And the penalties starting to stack up here. Timeout for the Roughriders. And we'll have 3-on-4 for 28 seconds. And Lucas Lanfranchi will come out of the box. As the Roughriders move it around. Penhollow on the pressure, and a shot just nicks the glove. Shot, save, blocked by Cabradilla. 5 seconds to go. 2, and 1. And then Franchi into the bench. Weebolt, 4-on-4 hockey. And Weebolt pressuring on the near side. Over the blue line, walking it down, trying to curl to the middle, and passed. Some speed on that player there. And Roughriders take it out into the neutral zone. Pass up to near side and a good step up by Flood. Forces them back into their own defensive zone. And 4-on-4 for another 48 seconds. Shot, glove save, rebound, and cover by LaRose. And there's the end of the third period. We will go to overtime. 5-minute 3-on-3. Vegas will start actually 44 seconds left of the 4-on-4, and then they will go back to the power play.
Do we take the penalties off now?
Sorry, it will not be 4-on-4 because we're in OT, so it'll be 3-on-3 for 44 seconds. And then it'll become 4-on-3. And they will switch ends of the ice, which sometimes becomes a factor, the long change. Vegas Junior Gold Knights talking some OT strategery. And we'll have a center ice face-off. Avina, Huffman, Franchi, or Lucas. Max Biaggi back to the box with Larison. Larison has someone to keep him company. Face-off win for the, well, Knights initially. Curl around, Roughriders have the possession. Trying to cut back to the outside, and Huffman denies the turn up ice. Huffman to the near side to Avina. Avina over the blue line. Avina runs into trouble there in the form of a white Roughriders jersey. And player gets around then. Franchi cutting in is Huffman to help out. Huffman gets the stick. And puck still moving around. 2-on-1. Developing here. The pass a little bit off the mark. Gets it up to Avina. Avina touches it into space. Avina shot wide left. Thought he might have been hooked on the way. No call. As Vegas have the power play here. As Vegas finally add their extra man back on the ice. Puck on the near side. Thrown far side to Salikas. Back to Avina. Avina sauced it to near side to Penhollow. Penhollow will set up the power play. Salikas will walk the blue line back down to Penhollow. Penhollow looking for a pass, backhand toward the net, saved by the goaltender. Puck still loose. Salikas trying to get to that from the ground. And that one's rimmed out to the neutral zone. Avina plays it back up, and that one is thrown back down the ice again. 21 seconds to go on the man advantage for the Knights. Huffman Up ice to Wiebolt. Wiebolt cuts back out of the zone. Huffman has to tag up, and he does. Wiebolt loses his footing, trying to throw that one back to Huffman. And that one's thrown on ice. LaRose makes the save. Biaggi up. Penhollow. Mistakovian. And Huffman. Penhollow not able to get that one off. Mistakovian took a hit to the throat. And that puck's out of play. Looks like he's okay. 2:26 to go in overtime. Golden goal here. We're 3-on-3. Linesman a little mistaken on the count of players on the ice. And Biaggi hassling, trying to get that one up to Newell. Walking it to the middle. Moving around with their men. Walking it in. Lanfranchi following. Walking to the middle, shot saved by LaRose. Newell got a piece of it, but not all of it. Vegas. Here is where the long bench change comes into effect. Lanfranchi able to get off the ice for Wiebolt. And good pressure by Wiebolt. Wiebolt up to Lacus. Lacus and Wiebolt on the attack. Shot, blocker save, rebound, and a score! Lacus with the shot. Wiebolt with the change put in. And Vegas, Junior Golden Knights, come away with the win in overtime with 1:21 remaining. Whoops. Final handshake. And a game tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 12:30 Pacific, as the Vegas Junior Golden Knights will square off against the Colorado Thunderbirds in game number 3 of the showcase.